Hello, my fellow nerds out there. It's Zorko Richie, and welcome back to Starry Flowers. In the previous part, we covered chapters 1 and 2, and now we are going on to chapter 3. I'm really excited for this, honestly. I really hope there's a lot to this game. And you know, I really like. I actually kind of liked them, the two boys from their home games, but now that they're meeting in this game, I feel like this is probably the best game out of all the ones I have played by this developer so far. So we're gonna get into it right now. Over the next month or so, we fell into quite an enjoyable pattern. Pastille would show up at my doorstep maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes we'd go out to dinner, but mostly he'd just spend the night. It was starting to become almost routine, though each visit was somehow just as exciting as the last. The details of which I'll choose to keep private for Pastille's sake. That boy is insatiable, I will say that. Inevitably, after seeing someone for long enough, one begins to pick up on their habits. Cute habits, like the way he kisses me on the cheek before rushing off to work in the early morning, the way he runs his hand through his hair when he's thinking really hard about something. Even his knock is specific once, lightly to test the waters, a pause, then he gathers his courage, then 3 firm knocks evenly spaced. I'm not sure which of these habits he's conscious of, but there's one I've decided he must be acting knowingly, which is the habit of leaving one of his personal effects behind with each visit. First, a beret, then an earring, his choker, a bracelet, and then he returns after a few days with an apology explaining he had just come to pick up whatever he left behind. Sure, Pastille, keep creating your little excuses to come back here. I'll happily go along with them. What fun! I wonder what he'll come looking for this time. Periwinkle gathers up the discarded garments that had been left strewn across his bedroom, tossing them into a pile to be dealt with later. He couldn't possibly leave his underwear behind, could he? No, that would be impossible to explain. An earring, sure, but there's no way he'd walk out of here like that. Periwinkle hums to himself as he makes the bed, double-checking between the sheets while he's at it. I'm almost disappointed. It's supposed to be consistent. It's been so consistent up until now. I suppose he could just be that forgetful. Unable to find anything of Pastille's in my bedroom, I decided to spend the rest of the morning cleaning up the place. Finally! Now, mind you, I never let my house get dirty, only messy. Leaving garbage or food waste I can't read. Leaving garbage or food waste about is out of the question. Everything else, though, it's simply that many things don't make it back to their proper place, or rather, I can never decide on a proper place for any of my things. Toss them into boxes, shuffle the boxes around the room, and suddenly they become unmanageable piles. To truly put everything away, these would all have to be emptied and sorted. It's a daunting task to be sure. But it has been a while since my last attempt. I may as well put in some effort. But where to begin? I suppose my work supplies have been a little difficult to navigate as of late. That's an achievable goal now, isn't it? And practical as well. Periwinkle begins with the box of his favorite perfumes that had been sitting out since one of Pastille's first visits. Ah yes, the aphrodisiac. That was a fun night. He packs the bottles back into places, then closes the box, sealing them safely inside. This should go... Perhaps it'd be better to set it high on a bookshelf. If I just rearrange things a bit, there should be room for everything. As Periwinkle begins setting things aside, a new pile is born, precariously teetering on the back of the couch. He places the box just where he wants it, and stacks of his various books and knickknacks around it. Just as he's made his way through half of the pile, a small portion of it topples forward, bouncing safely onto the couch cushions. Ah, topple all you want. I was prepared. Oh? He finally notices Pastille's jacket, which had expertly blended into the blankets and cushions around it. Just when I'd finally work up the energy to clean up around here, what do I find? Yes, this is no mere case of forgetfulness. It was indeed a little game all along. Periwinkle giddily laughs to himself, excited to have been proven right. You've escalated it too far, Pastille. To leave your jacket behind is just ridiculous. He leaves me no choice. I'll just have to return this myself. Periwinkle abandons what he was doing and skips off to his room to get dressed. Oh, okay, we can customize him again. Oh, wait, he doesn't have his hat this time. Okay, let's go with the flower crown and flower choker. Let's go with the flower one. I hadn't had a chance to return to Atelier Suites since first meeting Pastille. He was the one always showing up on my doorstep after all. There was no need. It's about time I paid him a visit, yes? Wait, please tell me we can actually see Syrup as well. I really want to see Syrup again. It's been a long while. It's about time I paid him a visit, yes? I could restock on my favorite candies as well. Hey, here we are! Upon reaching Atelier Suites, though, I hesitate. Would it be rude to barge in while he's working? I just know I wouldn't be able to resist teasing him. As to not become a nuisance, I shall make my presence known from here. Periwinkle boldly approaches the bench directly in front of the candy shop and sits down. All the while wearing Pastille's forgotten jacket. And now we wait. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Wait, let me go back real quick. I like the detail that he's actually wearing Pastille's jacket. That's cool. Like, little details like that go a long way. A few minutes pass. I can see Pastille through the shop window. He's currently preoccupied with a customer. Luckily, I brought a lunch. A simple peanut butter jelly sandwich. Won't you notice me before I finish it? The customer's walking out now. Our eyes met. Pastille turns away, pacing a bit. I think another bite of my sandwich, still watching intently. He stops for a moment in front of the door behind the register, until finally making his way out of the store, broom in hand. But instead of coming over right away, he turns his back to me, sweeping the sidewalk in front of the entrance. Perhaps he has a strict supervisor? I mean, Syrup's not that strict from what we know. He's just glancing over his shoulder. Just come over here, you silly boy. His face is quite red, so I can say with confidence that I have successfully overwhelmed him once again. But you didn't do anything. I finish my sandwich by the time he approaches. He takes a seat on the opposite end of the bench. I thought you were ignoring me. No, I was trying to decide what to do. Was this a bad time to return your jacket? Not the worst time. Periwinkle unzips the jacket and shuffles out of it, casually folding it onto his lap. I found it whilst I was cleaning up the place. I suppose it could have waited for you to return. I could have waited for you to return, but since I was in the area... Right, sorry, it's my fault for leaving it behind in the first place. Pastille could barely look me in the eye. It doesn't stop her from stealing glances at what I'm wearing. But who could resist? I wore my cutest dress for this. Something seems a little off, though. He's usually a bundle of nerves, yes, but this is a bit much. I'll get it right to the point then. Oh, Pastille, you know you don't have to plant excuses just to visit me. I wasn't planting anything. I just forgot it on my way out. I find that hard to believe, considering you've forgotten exactly one thing each time you visit. Really, you should be more honest. Sorry, thank you for returning it. Oh, it's my pleasure. It gave me a good excuse to see your flustered face again. Periwinkle sets the jacket on an empty space between them and rises to take his sleeve. But Pastille gently grasps his wrist before he goes. Perry, I'm sorry I made you think I was ignoring you. I was only teasing, my sweet. Still, I can't, I'm not ready to be open about who I see outside of work. like to keep things very discreet. I don't want to have to explain anything to my friends. I die of embarrassment. So that's why. Understood. I'm actually used to being someone's little secret. That didn't sound quite right. What I'm trying to say is, I don't mind at all. From now on, I'll just continue to let you come to me. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know what you keep apologizing for, Bastille. I'll see you around, yes? Bastille nods and finally lets go of his wrist. A misstep. A huge misstep. I should have guessed it from the hints he's given. Just a few things he said here and there. It was enough to put it together, wasn't it? The most obvious one being that he always comes to me and not the other way around. A comfortable pattern that I recklessly interrupted. I should have known from previous encounters with closeted individuals. What's supposed to be a fun surprise appearance can turn so quickly into a desperate rally to cling to normalcy. Carefully constructed lies to conceal a piece of yourself that may not be accepted, whether it's by the individual themselves or by their loved ones. Certainly an unenviable position to find oneself in. Bastille and I had been seeing a lot of each other during the past month. Was this the inevitable breaking point then? It can only become more complicated from here. But it was going so perfectly for so long. Perhaps I'm being overdramatic. I haven't grown tired of him at all, which is precisely the problem. Unwilling to return home so soon, I walk in the direction of the apothecary. Astragalus will be able to knock some sense into me. She always does. Astragalus, are you busy? Ugh, I know that whine. You shifted into dramatic bitch mode. Take pity on me. I'm having a bad day. Alright, you baby. Tell me what happened. Things are slow today anyhow. Astragalus listen patiently as I explain the events of the day. I've learned to come straight to her whenever I find myself unable to make a decision. Although she often put things far too bluntly, I do always end up feeling more grounded after her consolation. So, you're upset because you overstepped his bounds? Accidentally. You always leave out key information. And now you think it's over between you two? When you put it like that, I really do sound dramatic. I mean, you are, but you don't always have a point. If you want to avoid things getting complicated, this is your sign to get out. I gotta say though, for two guys who aren't in a committed relationship, you sure do sound like you're in one. It's purely casual. I've still been seeing a few others in the midst of this. Perry, you whore. But all you talk about is Bastille. Every time you come in here. I know. I just wish I hadn't gone to return the jacket. It was supposed to be fun, but now... Yeah, honestly, I think he's being unfair. He shows up to your place whenever he wants, right? Yes, but I don't have anything else going on. He has a respectable job and all. Sounds like you just have less self-respect and this guy isn't treating you right. Now that's unfair. He simply said he wasn't ready. It doesn't mean, making excuses now. You're really hung up on him. This is too hilarious to watch. Enough! I simply cannot help it if he's just the cutest thing. Of course I don't want to stop seeing him. At that moment, a familiar chime sounded, marking a customer's arrival. I turned my head instinctively to see... Jam! Hey, Jam's here! Okay, I wasn't expecting Jam to be in this one. That's all. That is really cool. Well, I can't believe Jam's actually here too. Actually, now I think about it, do Syrup and The witch girl I was playing the last one, I forgot what her name was. Do they share the same universe or something? Because like this game seems to confirm that. Periwinkle? Oh gee, you look so cute today. Sorry, I made Jam sound like Meow from Pokemon. Why, thank you. I certainly didn't expect to see you here, Jam. Astragalus walks into the back room, still laughing at Periwinkle's expense. I've been coming here to buy you magic. Remember when you did a little demo for everyone at that one party? You totally sold me on it back then. The soiree? I've done a few, so I can't recall, but I'm happy to hear it regardless. So, what are you doing here? On a date or on a date or on the job? No date today. I ruined my chance at that. Aw, man, what? That's such a bummer. Really, never thought I'd hear the day you, of all people, couldn't get a date, though you date, like, everyone. It'd be more accurate to say I go on dates with everyone rather than actually date them. Aw, same diff. You're like the thirst master. She's right. It's not as if Pastille is my only option if I'm looking for a good time. Anyway, I'm going to see Sherville's party tonight. Are you going to Sherville's party tonight? Yo! Oh, so this takes place before Spooky Soiree. Ah, that makes a lot more sense. Let's see. No, this is the first I've heard of it. He's throwing yet another soiree? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. I suppose I've been more out of the loop on these things than usual. I haven't bothered with as many parties since. Well, you should come. You're good luck. They're good luck. Like, in terms of love and romance. I mean, I'm finally dating my best friend. Oh, this comes after Spooky Soiree. Oh, that makes sense. So this comes after Spooky Soiree. Okay. So, like, it's like Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet and Spooky Soiree kind of happen at the same time? And like, kind of at the same time? And then this comes after that? Ah, I see the timeline you're doing that. I see the timeline the dev is doing. I see it. I mean, I'm finally dating my best friend thanks to that last one. Ah, Marzipan. What? Marzipan. That was it. Just as I was forgetting what her name was. Ah, Marzipan, wasn't it? You weren't together before that? Ah, I knew everyone thought we were. So embarrassing. I guess what matters is we could finally be totally honest with each other, though. I'm really happy. Well, congratulations. You deserve that happiness. Yeah, So wait, does that mean all the other endings in Marzipan's story aren't canon, but the Jam one is? I mean, that's what I'm guessing at least. Yeah, so like, if you ever need a relationship advice, I'm your gal. Oh, but I guess you wouldn't since you don't actually date anyone. Periwinkle hears a straggler snorting with laughter in the back room. How dare she? I came here to be comforted, not ridiculed. Jam, dear, what time did you say the party started? Oh, like a few hours from now, I think. Sorry, I can never remember the time difference between here and the netherworld. No matter, these things tend to go all right, and I prefer to arrive fashionably late. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to return home and to freshen up before the soiree. Sure, see you there. Periwinkle marches home in a huff. Astragalus thinks I'm lacking in self-respect. I'll show her. I'm going to find someone to spoil me tonight. Netherworld parties happen to be perfect venue. Always fun, filled with cute faces I haven't encountered. Plenty of incubi as well. They live to please their partners. It's been a while since I've slept with a demon. I'm looking forward to this now. Okay. Oh, chill, Perry. Chill. Oh, okay, so I can accessorize them again. Okay, cat ears, bunny headband. Okay, you know what? Let's go. Since we're going to the netherworld, let's go ahead and go full on demon. Let's do it. Full on demon. And so, a few hours later. Bro, we're back at the soiree! And the music's playing again. This is the same music from First Kiss at Spooky Soiree. Oh, this is amazing. Periwinkle arrives at the soiree. Ooh! Oh, I can see some familiar faces. Okay, so we got the demon girl. We got, damn it, I literally just forgot his name. Chervil. We got Chervil. We got the demon girl. We got Strudel. We got the moth people. Oh, heck yes. A lot of cameos. Let's see, who looks available? Scanning the room, he spots both Jam and Chervil happily chatting with the other guests. Chervil himself certainly isn't a bad lay. Bro, chill. But I couldn't go stealing the host of the party. Periwinkle begins to gravitate towards the snack table, still scoping out the various partygoers. Please tell me we get to see who I think we get to see. Plenty of candidates to choose from. However, will I decide? Before he can make up his mind about who to approach, a taller demon slides into the empty space behind him and start a conversation. Yo, who's this burly dude? Lots of cute witches at this soiree, huh? So it's been decided for me. Already being spoiled. I didn't come here for the witches. I'm Cardamon. Periwinkle. So this is gonna sound weird, but do I know you from somewhere? Your dreams, perhaps? No, for real. Something about your face is just so familiar. Yeah, because he was at the previous soiree when Marzipan was there. I frequent these types of events, so it's likely we've crossed paths at some point. That's not it. I would have tried hitting on you if we did. Well, you're certainly free to do so now. I'll give it a shot, with your permission. This one isn't bad. I do appreciate how straightforward he's being. So, what are you here for, if not the witches? I had intended to find someone to spoil me, and Incubator rumored to be good for exactly that. We are. So the rumors are true. I'm in luck then. Would you happen to have any friends who would be interested in dancing with a cute little witch like me? I could ask around. Or, better idea, you could just settle for me. I suppose you'll do. I present my hand to Cardamon, and Cardamon gives an exaggerated bow. He pulls me in, albeit a little clumsily, with his gigantic demon hands. Always enjoyable to be swept up in the arms of a larger man. My own hand is almost entirely consumed by his, unlike with Pastile's, which fits so... Pastile? Am I still comparing everyone to him? I shake the thought and return to the moment. Oh, this is kind of cute. Dude, he is freaking giant compared to him. He is freaking giant. It is good day to be giant, man. The pair twirls around the dance floor, losing themselves in the music. After a while, Cardamon suddenly speaks up. Oh, I think I just realized where I know you from. Really now? Yeah, you were in the magazine I work for. I'm an editor. We used your photos in our issue a couple years back. Ah, what a coincidence. I did used to do some modeling in the past. Oh, that's pretty cool. In the past it shall remain. I'm in a different line of work now. Aw, really? That's too bad. I always thought you looked amazing. I appreciate that. Well, this certainly complicates things. I much prefer to have been complete strangers. How unfortunate, just when I was beginning to enjoy myself. Wow, I can't believe it ran into you like this. Maybe it's a sign. A sign? Of what, dare I ask? That you should come back to modeling. I can get you in our magazine again, if you're interested, that is. I appreciate the offer, but I've moved on. It would put too much of a strain on my relationship with fashion, among other things. Ah, well, at least take my card, in case you change your mind. No, thank you. I don't see that happening. Oh, come on. You'd be so great. It feels like such a waste of talent. I'm quickly growing tired of this. Thank you for the dance, but I really should be going now. Huh? Sure. This was fun. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was kind of being overly pushy. So... I didn't expect to be reminded of my modeling days of all things. Although his excitement was understandable, the way he went about it certainly ruined the mood. Honestly, I can agree. I hate to admit it, but I'd gone into this night far too unstable to begin with, for such a small thing to get to me. I'm not even here on my own terms, am I? This was all to prove a point. That's certainly not the spirit of a friendly soiree. It's best I just return home and... Periwinkle, wait. He turns his head to find that Cardamon has chased after him, stumbling to a lonely night air. Hey, I'm sorry if I said anything to upset you. Upset me? Perish the thought. It's simply that I'm feeling a little off tonight. I realize that I may have come here on the wrong reasons. Look, I'm sorry that I suddenly started talking about work. That wasn't why I approached you at all. You came here for a good time, right? Well, a party's definitely the place to find it. Heck, it's what I'm here for too. So, you're not wrong to come looking for that. He's completely misread the situation, although it is starting to look salvageable from here. Anyways, please forget about the magazine stuff, it doesn't matter. We were having fun before that, right? Dancing was nice, yes. I want to do more than just dance with you. Oh, there it is! Now we're getting somewhere! More than dance? What could that mean? Well, don't make me spell it out. A kiss, perhaps? Sure, and well, you know, whatever else you like to do. As an incubus, we love to please. Since he apologized, I may as well. Kissing is a fine start. Cardamon holds out his arms, inviting Periwinkle for a soft embrace. Periwinkle's hands glide out of his chest, and he wraps his arms around the demon's neck. Their faces inches apart. He pauses. I expected him to close the gap. Pastillo would have kissed me. I've grown far too accustomed to that, so I automatically... Shit, this was a mistake. Periwinkle gives him a light peck on the cheek before pulling away. My apologies, I do actually need to get going now. Huh? I shouldn't have led you on. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, no, don't worry. Don't worry about that. If you don't want to, it's fine. I'm, a little confused, though. Did I do something wrong? It's not you. You're very nice. Very firm muscles. Thanks. If it were any other night, things would have gone very differently. Please believe me when I say that. Seriously. Is all this mysterious talk supposed to make me want you less? I'm sure you'll have great luck with the witches inside. You're very charming. Damn. Well, alright. Get up safe, Periwinkle. Hope to see you again. On any other night, like you said. Thank you for keeping me entertained. Farewell. Oh, so he's actually more understanding. Who knew? I shouldn't have come. What exactly have I proven you tonight that I'm willing to pursue the first pink-haired boy I come across out of sheer desperation? I want us stragglers to be wrong for once. To admit that I'm hung up on someone is just... I don't feel like myself at all. Periwinkle arrives home, lazily slipping out of his shoes and dress. He tosses his hat somewhere and collapses onto the couch. Ugh. I feel even more miserable than before. Periwinkle finds himself staring at the front door, half expecting to hear a familiar knock. The state Pastillo would find me if he were to show up tonight. I should get in bed. But he doesn't. Instead, he buries his face in the cushions and falls asleep. Oh, poor Perry. Chapter 4. Peach Blossoms. Periwinkle bolts awake to the sound of a knock on his door. What time is it? He rises from the couch and lightly treads over to check who might be visiting him so early in the morning. At first thought, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. It took several moments to register the fact that Bastille was on my doorstep. The knocking comes again, snapping me out of my stupor. One moment, please. Periwinkle gathers up the clothes he left on the floor and stuffs them out of sight. He scrambles into the bathroom to check out his makeup. Passable, considering the circumstances. Wrapping a blanket around his shoulders in an attempt to look half decent, he finally opens the door. Ooh, he's back, look at him! Hi, I took the day off, so Sorry, did I wake you up? Yes, I had a late night. Come in, I'll be ready in just a moment. Oh, he actually has the blanket around him, that's cute. Bastille is here. But why is he here? A day off? Not that he has the day off, but that he chose to take it and then came here? Let's just put that aside for now. I need to get dressed. Periwinkle scurries back to the bedroom to change while Bastille waits politely by the door. So, your day off, And you chose to visit me? I'm flattered. Well, it's not just to visit. I was hoping to take you on a date. Oh, a date? Usually we reserve those for dinner time, haven't we? I wanted to make up for yesterday. So, if you didn't have any other plans, I was thinking we could just hang out for a while? Sure, I don't mind. But what exactly is there to make up for, my sweet? You know, how I told you not to come back to the shop, even though you only showed up to do me a favor. He has it completely backwards. Periwinkle pokes his head out from the bedroom and looks at Bastille in the eye. Au contraire, Bastille. I should be the one to apologize for putting you in such an uncomfortable position. I shouldn't have shown up unannounced. It wasn't my intention to cause any actual discomfort. No, I don't think I clarified my boundaries from the beginning, so that's not your fault at all. Then it seems everything is fine now? Perhaps I could get to know those boundaries better during our date then. Why does it sound suggestive when you say it? Periwinkle retreats back to his room with a smile. This boy has truly caught me off guard. I am most frustrated the spiral of guilt and confusion I lost myself in yesterday could be resolved so quickly. That's all it was. I had merely been fixating on my mistake. It had nothing to do with Bastille per se. He just happened to be the one at the center of it. So of course all of my attention was unnecessarily directed towards him. There's no problem then. Which means, as usual, I can enjoy your date to the fullest extent. Well, do tell me where we're headed. I'll need to know if I'm going to pick something out to wear. Oh, you haven't had breakfast yet, have you? Well, let's get something to eat first. Actually, can you come in here for a moment? Yes? Oh, he has a little changing thing open. That's cute. I thought it might be fun to have you choose what outfit I wear. Are you sure? The clean clothes are in the pile, dear. Okay, Bastille begins to sort through the pile of skirts and dresses, taking extra care to fold the ones he set aside. Oh, that's nice of him. How about these? He approaches the folding screen and holds the clothes out to the side for Periwinkle to take. Oh, these are nice picks, but no underwear? Weren't you already wearing some? So scandalous, Bastille. I didn't know you had it in you. Please, I'll find you a pair. I'm only teasing, my sweet. Periwinkle finally walks out fully dressed. Oh, he looks really cool. Ready to go? Bastille looks him up and down cautiously. You're wearing some, right? We'll just have to find out later tonight, won't we? But Perry! I love these two. Okay, we get the accessory. So wait, that dress had like flowers on it, so actually we could probably go with the ribbons and stuff. Oh, the flower choker actually matches the white ribbons.
Even though it's supposed to go with the flower crown, right? You know what? Let's go ahead and do blue ribbons and flower choker. What a lovely day for a date. We walk side by side, Bastille with his hands stuffed into oversized pockets. So cute. He's in the perfect position to be clinged to, but I must refrain. Refrain. I can't speak. I doubt he'd be comfortable with me hanging all over him in broad daylight. Besides, there's no need to jump into such over affections just yet. When we reach the cafe, Bastille orders us some donuts to share. Ooh, donuts! I wonder what else he has planned. You only mentioned hanging out. Who knows what that could entail? Munching away at our breakfast, I study his face for clues. He really is so cute. I remember the choker. He wore it on our first date as well. And that's the same beret he left behind after one of our sleepovers. Such pointed choice in accessories. Oh god, now he's looking down and blushing. And now all my staring has embarrassed him. You're too easily flustered, my sweet. Forgive me for staring. I was trying to intuit. How the heck do you pronounce that? I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Okay, yeah, I just checked. It's literally just intuit. Okay. I was trying to intuit what you might have planned for us after this. Oh, nothing in particular. Wandering around town is enough for me. I see. Loitering does facilitate conversation quite well. As long as we're out and about, we won't end up, Oh, is he going to say it? You know? Of course not. I actually like when we get to talk. I mean, not that we don't when I sleep over, it's just a different kind. True. Sorry, now I feel like I'm talking too much. Not at all, my sweet. I have to say, I rather enjoy our chats as well. Even if you can't resist cutting them short once we're behind closed doors. I'm really sorry. He's simply too much fun. But this is no time for my usual teasing. I can't forget what brought us here. It's the perfect opportunity to become more deeply acquainted. I learned about Pastille so I don't end up crossing the line again. In the interest of defining boundaries, are there any subjects I should avoid bringing up with you? Okay, yeah, so actually this is actually a really good idea. Like if you're going to date someone, or just casually date them or whatever, be sure you ask them what their boundaries are and all that, like what you should avoid bringing up. That way you can at least have a more proper time with them, especially when it comes to talking and all that. On that note, has there ever been anything I've said that caused you discomfort in the slightest? Please don't hold back. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, I've always felt pretty comfortable around you, so we could probably talk about anything and it'd be okay. Anything really? Anything, really? Surely you must have some sensitive topics you like to avoid. I guess so, but I wouldn't really be worried about them with you. Actually, you might be the most attentive person I ever met. Maybe that's why I'm not worried at all. I'm glad to hear that. But you've certainly piqued my curiosity. What kinds of sensitive topics, if you don't mind me asking? For example, you never made me feel weird about gender stuff. I certainly hope not. That one's a bit sensitive for me as well. See? That's why it feels okay to talk about it with you. Well, I'm not very masculine, so I get mistaken for a girl every now and then. Not that it's something I get mad about or anything. I've always dealt with it ever since I was little. Still, I think it bothers me in particular since, I'm intersex. Right. I want to be recognized as a boy, but I like wearing feminine clothes too. Yes, that's it exactly. I feel the very same. Right? I don't want to be limited to presenting presenting only one way, even if I'm fine with boyish clothes too. For me, it's simply about looking beautiful. Oh, I just skipped it. For me, it's about simply looking beautiful. I dress to fit my ideal. It's not a matter of gender, but aesthetic. But aesthetic preference. These are the clothes I feel best in. You look really good in them too. Why, thank you. And I must say, your sense of style never fails to impress me. And I'm glad you like it. Bastille sips his drink while Periwinkle continues. When I was young, I didn't have the confidence to dress so beautifully. Can you even imagine it? You without confidence? No, I'm not sure that's possible. Right? I suppose I was a different person back then. Where I grew up, things were much more black and white. You were either a boy or a girl, and you had to dress accordingly. That sounds harsh. It very much was. It was completely miserable. Perhaps it's because I come from that sort of environment, and that I want it to be known I was this glamorous as a boy. Not to say that this is easy for any gender. I only wish for my efforts to be acknowledged. I think that's just a competitive spirit again. See, you truly understand me. They laugh together. Periwinkle relaxes into his chair and finishes his drink with a big smile on his face. Basile and I depart from the cafe and make our way down the street. With no destination in mind, the details of our surroundings, things that I've never really paid any mind to, make themselves known. Aromas from the bakery, the flower shop, the pasterie, each distinct and enticing. I'm left with a peaceful feeling as we pass each of them by. Now there's a fun idea, a set that transforms over time, giving you a sense of place. But I shouldn't be thinking about work while I'm on a date. I turn my attention back to Bastille. With gender thoroughly discussed, the next personal question would have to be, oh, sexuality! Which type of partner gets you the most hot and bothered? Shh! You can't just shoot those words in the middle of the crowd! Oh, who's even listening? I certainly wasn't shouting. Please don't talk about that stuff too loudly. People will start giving us weird looks. Shall I whisper to your ear then? That's even worse! Now who's shouting? Bastille glances around, but despite his outburst, Periwinkle was right. No one had turned their way. Sorry, I guess it's okay. Feel free to stop me if I'm being too much, yes? There's nothing wrong with being a little too much. I imagine you say so. Returning to the topic at hand, I've been with all sorts of partners. I'd say I could appreciate just about anyone. I'm assuming that's... Oh, what's it called? There's like a name for it, right? No, I'm pretty sure the game will answer my question. But I must admit, I prefer which boys above all others. I would also say which boys. Oh, care to elaborate, my sweet? Nope, that's all I have to say on the matter. I'll have to tease it out of you later then. We follow along the twisting streets of this shopping district, looking in each of the windows as we pass them by. This is my favorite part of town, filled with all the high-end boutiques you could dream of. The mannequins from one of them catch my eye, and I lightly grab a steel sleeve to draw his attention. You look so good in that, don't you think? Really? I don't know if something so extravagant would really suit me. Nonsense, you could pull it off. The accents match your eyes. I guess they do. But you look great in that one too. Oh, and that one. You're pointing to everything. Yes, well, the alternative would be to say that I'd like to see you in nothing at all. Do you go clothes shopping often? You have such variety and cute looks. Oh, every now and then. I can't afford the kinds of stuff they sell here. It is rather pricey. But the brands are worth it. I really don't know anything about fashion. I just end up picking whatever stands out to me. as it should be. You're better off not becoming obsessed with these things. It certainly isn't easy on the wallet. I'll leave the brand name stuff to you. Then. Just seeing them is enough for me. Oh, just seeing them, not stripping them off me. Ah! After our little fashion circuit, we ended up near the cafe where we started. I've certainly worked him up enough to take home right away, but that would mean cutting our date short. And what a shame that would be. Let's give ahead of Pastille to twirl round to face him. There's somewhere I'd like to take you. Huh? Sure. I realize I've seen your workplace, but you haven't seen mine. It's a little apothecary I sell my magic magic to for distribution. An apothecary? I thought you sold perfumes. Technically, that's all they are. I don't claim they deliver any lasting health benefits. They're more for healing the mind, anxiety, stress, and any other unpleasant feelings can be lifted away with just these light aromas. It's more effective for some than others, but for those sensitive to such things, it can make quite the difference. Huh. And now I fear I've bothered you with all this uninteresting work chatter. No, that's not at all. I was just thinking. It's really admirable that your magic can be used to help people like that. Admirable? Selling candy? I think makes people happy too. Maybe that's what's fun about it. Not that I'd ever claim our candy is healthy either. If anything, you might get cavities. The witch who owns the apothecary really liked the sample I passed along to her. Perhaps she'll ask to distribute your candies as well. My boss would never agree to that. Oh, syrup. Please tell me we get to see syrup in this game. I really want to. Anyways, I'd be happy to see it. Lead the way. Very well, follow me. When we enter the apothecary, it looks to be completely empty. Astragalus usually sits in the back room, assumed in her work, until she hears the chime of the customer entering. If you ask me, she could really use another helper to liven up the place. But I suppose the hustle and bustle of an ever-busy shop would have its own setbacks. Feel free to look around. I'm going to go greet the owner. Sure. Periwinkle leans over the counter to peek into the back room. Astragalus, you have a customer. Oh, Periwinkle. Didn't expect to see you back so soon. I brought Pastille. We're on a date. Okay. She looks over at Pastille, who waits when he notices he's being watched. Astragalus turns back to Periwinkle. I take it you decided not to heed my advice. What advice? Why bother coming to me if you're just gonna do whatever you want? Well, whatever. Is there a reason you're here? I thought I'd drop by to give you a little update. As you can see, everything is fine now. Sure, very normal of you to suddenly bring in one of your dates here. Is it not? I visit you all the time. Yeah, not for stuff like this. Anyway, I want you to meet Pastille. Pastille, come over here. Startled by suddenly being called upon, Pastille fumbles the bottle he was holding and crashes to the floor. Hey, you break it, you buy it. Sorry, I can fix it. Pastille sweeps the pieces of the bottle into a pile along with the pirate contents. He holds his hands over the pile and now glowing with magic, and the three of them watch as it resembles perfectly before them. Impressive, he's done it so quickly. There, good as new. Bring it here. Sure, sorry. I can't help but feel I put Pastille in yet another uncomfortable situation. Damn, can't even tell it was ever busted up. This kind of magic your specialty? Not really. I only learned it because I thought it'd come in handy. Huh. The Astragalus continues expecting the bottle and then takes it to the back room without saying another word. Wow, I suppose she was impressed too. Is she mad at me? I can't really tell. It looks like you were spared today. That spell really saved you. I can't believe I did that. I'm not usually this clumsy, I swear. Oh, but wouldn't it be adorable if you were? Pastille the klutz. No, I'm gonna go wait outside. I'm just gonna go wait outside.
Don't be too hard on yourself. I promise you made a better impression than you think. Cecile walks out of the apothecary and leans against the counter, waiting for stragglers to re-emerge in the back room. But when she does, it's with a bag full of, well, I'm not quite sure. Where'd your boyfriend go? You shouldn't call him that. Might I ask, what is it you're holding? Busted lamp. I've been meaning to glue it back together myself until I saw the opportunity to save myself the trouble. How expensive. Take it to a repair shop like everyone else. Nah, waste of money. You better keep that boy around. He's useful. You certainly changed your tune. I changed your tune? He's cute. I get a good vibe from him. Anyways, bring it back sometime so I can get this lamp fixed, got it? He won't be doing that. Seriously though, where I'm from, we were taught that you can tell a lot about a witch from their magic. And his, very empathetic, sincere, compassionate. Well, you aren't wrong, but how can you judge the sort of thing after witnessing one little spell? Wouldn't you like to know? I don't need your superstitions. I have a date to get back to. Alright, have fun, Periwinkle. Oh, I very much intend to. Smiling to himself, Periwinkle strides confidently out the door to where Bastille is waiting. Hey, do I still need to pay for the bottle? She didn't mention it. Whew, I'm glad I can fix it. I was worried it might be expensive. You never told me you were so good with magic. As I recall, you said you had been living without it. Yeah, mostly. I won't get into reasons why, but I got back into studying it recently. A straggler certainly thought you were talented. I'm impressed too, of course. Thanks. If only I could use magic to stop myself from being a klutz. Are you embracing that nickname now? No, please go back to saying my sweet. If you like that one so much, I suppose I have no choice. I just meant... Never mind, don't call me anything. Oh, Bastille. We resume our stroll around town. This time it's Bastille who takes the lead. He seems to have some place in mind, but hasn't said as much. He merely takes my hand and leads me up a labyrinth of stairs. And once we reach the top, a gust of wind swoops through the trees overhead, showering us in flower petals. Ah, peach blossoms! It's nice, isn't it? I can't help but think you're trying to tell me something right now. Huh? Don't you remember? My aphrodisiac was also peach-scented. I wasn't thinking about that. I just was trying to think of other places we could go, and this one came to mind. It's lovely, very romantic. Straight out of a shoujo manga, honestly. How does he know I'm weak to such things? We don't have to stay. I mean, we've already walked around so much. It's okay if you want to head back now. Not to do things. I just meant I'm gonna stop talking. Bastille. Yes? You presented me with quite the conundrum. If I kiss you now, you'll definitely want to return home with me as soon as possible. But I wasn't done learning all about you. I'm not ready for a date to end. Oh, that is a conundrum. Yes, you see, both options are equally appealing. However, can I decide? Well, it's still light out. Maybe we can hold back until after dinner. Or I could have you for dinner. On the other hand, you bring up a valid point. Holding back is fun in itself. Do you expect me to recover after what you just said? See, this is quite fun. It's decided then. The date continues. I give Bastille the moment to calm himself. We walk up to the railing and look out at the town. You can see Atelier Suites from here, and the train station next to it. My house is somewhere in a row of similarly built homes, inconspicuous. Fallen petals litter the bricks at our feet, with every little breeze carrying a few more over the railing, to land somewhere unknown. After watching them for a while, I turn back to Bastille. Tell me more about your magic. Okay, but what do you want to know? Your speciality, dear. If you're that good at reconstruction, I imagine it must fall somewhere in that category. Not really. I'm actually an astral wizard. Or astral witch, my bad. My, how rare. And what does exceptionally, and what exactly does that entail for you? Well, I mostly use it for fire spells like anyone else. Forgive me, I'm not well versed in magic theory, but doesn't astral magic have something to do with creation? Oh right, it's creation magic. Use it to make Gumdrop. Oh. Oh wait, please tell me we get to see Gumdrop. Please tell me we get to see Gumdrop. I want to see her again in this freaking visual novel. It does, but this stuff is pretty advanced. I haven't been able to find any books explaining how to use it. Which is probably for the best, actually. No one should be allowed to go around creating solo spontaneously. Bastille rubs the back of his neck, looking off into the distance. He seems so troubled by the subject. I suppose because he had been living without magic, it may feel strange to openly discuss it. An astral witch, though, I wouldn't have guessed. Putting two and two together, one thing makes perfect sense now. So the famous Atelier Suites golem was your creation. Is she really that famous? I'd expect our sales to be a little better if that were the case. But yeah, just don't go around telling everyone. I didn't know that what I was doing when I made her. What an amazing feat, and yet you sound almost ashamed of it. It's not like I regret it or anything. Gumdrop is really great. I just feel bad when she's stuck in a body with so many limitations. Like, she didn't ask to be made that way. I didn't know you could even make golems that felt real emotions, so of course I never considered any of that. Sorry to go off about it. I've just been feeling guilty lately. Kind of a heavy topic. Pastille. Buddy. You created Gumdrop. The cutest little character I've ever seen in my life. Do not feel guilty about it. No. Thank you for telling me. It's as if I've discovered a whole new side of you today. I'm grateful to know it. Thanks for listening. I don't get many chances to talk about things like this, so I'm grateful for it too. Hearing you speak of her, though, I'd love to meet this golem of yours one day. Sure, maybe one day. Pastille is amazing. I've never met anyone who would downplay their talents this much. I could ask 1,000 questions and still only scratch the surface. My, now I'm the insatiable one. How the tables have turned. We decided it's time to move on and descend the stairs from whence we came. Still chatting endlessly as we decide where we'll want to do next. This is really nice. Over dinner, Pastille opens up a little more. We trade anecdotes, listening intently to each other's stories, no matter how unremarkable the events told within them. I can never tire of it. I was hooked by his every word. Alas, the hours flew by, and our day together was quickly approaching its end. But now we had the whole night to look forward to. The sun was on its way down as we emerged back to the street. The atmosphere is so different than it had just been a short while ago. Bastille brushes his bangs aside and asks, "Do you want to head back? It's starting to get late." You waited so patiently to be able to say that. It's not like you aren't thinking of it too. Let's go through the park. It's a shorter walk. Sure, after you. Periwinkle extends his hand, which Bastille takes without hesitation. Under cover of dusk, they walk towards the park with fingers gently intertwined. Aww. This is actually really sweet. I really like this so far. This park during twilight hours is nearly always deserted. Tonight was no exception. We had an entire place to ourselves. This way I can cling to Bastille all I want, and on top of that... What are you smiling about? Finally, no one's around. We can talk about all the inappropriate things we want. I knew there was something dangerous about taking the shortcut. It's okay then, right? No one will overhear your lascivious? Lascivious? I have no idea. I've never heard that word before. What does that even mean? Lascivious. Of a person, manner, or gesture, feeling, or revealing an overt or often or often offensive sexual desire. Jesus. It's okay then. No over here your lascivious confessions. Okay, what do you want to know? Oh, I didn't think you'd actually agree. I don't have anything prepared. Oh wait, I just looked back at my phone screen. Lascivious is literally a synonym for lewd. I did not know that. What? Really? How anticlimactic. Unless you're dying to tell me how much you love being donged. I'm not gonna say that! Any fetishes then? I have experience with all sorts, you know. This is too much. I need to sit down. Castillo begins to retreat to a nearby bench. Are you perhaps into fooling around outdoors? That's illegal! Wait, you know what? I think I might take a screenshot of Pastille's face here and just have it be called "That's illegal" from my Discord emotes. That'd be hilarious. Oh yeah, by the way, join the Discord. Links in the description. Only kidding. Periwinkle follows Bastille to the bench and sits down beside him, leaning his head on his shoulder. Your sweatshirt is so warm. Are you upset with me for suggesting such a scandalous idea? No, but if you cling to me too much, I'm worried I might change my mind. I wouldn't want to compromise your morals, but I'd also hate to let go. Bastille laughs at that, resigned to his fate. The pair sits in comfortable silence for a while, listening only to the sound of the fountain before them. Periwinkle can start to feel himself being lulled to sleep by it, and so he tries speaking up again. I don't know what it is about you, Bastille. We talked all day, and yet I still don't feel like it's enough. I didn't expect to be out this late either. It just kinda happened. This was all supposed to be foreplay, wasn't it? Forgive me for putting it so bluntly. I guess it was. Bastille, we have to get back to my place so I can... Oh, Jesus Christ! You really are being so blunt right now! Oh my god, this game is literally blunt now. My god, now it's starting to get saucy again. My god. Well, I didn't expect Perry here to be so blunt about it. We have to. It's the entire purpose of foreplay, isn't it? How long could you have let it go on for this long? How could you have let it go on for this long? We could head back right now. Yes. You're gonna have to stand up first. In a moment. But, trapped in their comfortable position on the bench, Periwinkle is unable to stand in the end. Instead, he falls asleep to the sounds of the fountain and Pastille's beating heart. You know what? That's actually a lot more wholesome. I think I agree to this ending more. Good ending. Wait, don't tell me this is actually the ending. I don't want... Okay, it's not the ending. Thank God. Okay, I've been recording for like an hour, so I think I'm going to stop it right here for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!